One team that has hit the ground running is West Ham. What a turnaround. Really fantastic at Chelsea last week. I watched that game and saw the bits of the Brighton game. It's very impressive to go and win there. Gary's a Liverpool fan and he wants to say Moyes is doing a great job, Gary.
Oh, yeah. Hey, firstly, thanks for having me on. It's buzzing being on talkSPORT. It's great. I never thought I'd sing a praise of an ex-Everton manager, but credit where it's due. You've beaten two teams that are challenging top 4, top 6, or should be by the end of the season. He's beaten them. I think his signing of Ward-Prowse is unreal. I'd go on par to say, VVD and Alisson-esque, that they knew they were set-piece specialists, and they bought a set-piece specialist. And, like when Liverpool needed a defender and goalkeeper, I say it's on par with that. He's not going to be a Premiership winning manager, Champions League winning manager, etc., but you've got to give Moyes credit. He's doing a bloody great job.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, just on that, I know you're a Liverpool fan yourself, but I look at, and I know we're going to be talking about Spurs and Arsenal later in the show, and Liverpool and Newcastle, but I think there's a top 8, which consists of the Newcastles, the Liverpools, the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Villas, the Spurs. I think for West Ham, last season they were in relegation trouble. They won a trophy. They're in the Europa League. It's a much more better balanced side. And I think if West Ham could finish anywhere near 10th, that would be fantastic. Do you think they can maintain that? Or do you think that West Ham might have a season, down near the bottom this season?
No, they're a defender short of pushing, like having a good Europa League run as well. Like, if they can get that Maguire deal through, I know they say it's fallen through, but if they can, just wow, because like another tall defender in the box on the corners, that's where West Ham get a lot of their goals. And you've got Ward-Prowse, who's just phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't believe no other team just really kind of battled for him, because what a signing. Wow.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Gary. Always great to get the opinion of an opposing fan on a topical team, which is very much West Ham. Fantastic result against Brighton today. I was talking earlier with the producer about this, about how Everton beat them last season, and it was a real shock. And I think West Ham, with all due respect to West Ham, I don't think they would have expected to go and wipe the floor with Brighton. And the stats were very different, of course, but they still beat them quite comprehensively. I think Brighton are always open to that. And the thing is, I like Brighton. I think everybody likes Brighton. But let's not forget, they're not blessed with the squad of a Man United or a Chelsea or a Manchester City. They're a fantastically coached side that defy the odds all the time. And I think sometimes we probably over-expect with Brighton sometimes. And that Enciso injury this week, which I saw, and I'm sure many of you read, I think that's massive for them. That was he out for 3 or 4 months? It was brilliant last week against Wolves. That is a big loss. Caicedo has gone. They're not the sort of team that just goes out and buy players. And talking of West Ham as well, is that not an indicator of the state of football, really? You get a player like Mohamed Kudus from Ajax, who Brighton looked like they were going to buy, and that would have been a brilliant signing for him and a brilliant signing for Brighton. And footballing-wise, Brighton are better than West Ham and they're higher up in the league. He's ended up going to West Ham. So it's so difficult for Brighton. They do defy the odds, but I think sometimes there is a bit of a reality bite. And that is that, West Ham are a bigger club than Brighton when you look at it. And Brighton are brilliant and everyone liked them, but these results do happen every now and again for Brighton. And I think they happen every now and again because they don't have the biggest squad and they are punching above their weight. But taking nothing away from West Ham, it was a fantastic result for them.